Good evening, and thank you for attending the State of the City address. Tonight, I'll show you highlights from our historic year, 2019, and share with you the promise of a great new year and new decade, 2020. First, let me say the State of the City is undeniably on the right track as we head into this new year. Of course, we will have challenges, but our City Council is accomplishing great things. And I would like to introduce and thank my City Council colleagues for their collaborative and thoughtful work this year. So if you'll please stand when I call your name, and let me just say, this is one of the best councils I've ever worked with. They're just fantastic, we get along great, and we're really accomplishing a lot, so I'm very proud of all of you. At this time, I'd like to have Mayor Pro Tem Mike Carroll. You could stand. Councilmember Melissa Fox. Councilmember Farrah Khan. And my dear friend, Councilmember Anthony Quo. I would like to introduce and thank our City Manager, John Russo. Our Assistant City Manager, Mariana Marasheva. She's beautiful, isn't she? Just love working with her. And Deputy City Manager Michelle Grettenberg. And our Police Chief, Mike Hamill, who's over here to my right. I would further like to recognize our City Department Directors and our staff for keeping Irvine the best place to live, to work, and to play. So please stand and let's give them a round of applause. We have great city staff. Can't talk more highly about them. And let me introduce my family members and my executive staff who are here tonight. So I would like my son, Michael, and his wife, Marcella, to stand up, right over here to the right. My daughter, Stephanie, and her husband, James, right down here in the front row. And I have my grandchildren, Riley. Riley, where are you? Stand up, please. She's shy. So Michaela, will you stand up? Sophia. All the teenagers, right? Kennedy, of course, Kennedy. And Matt. Matt, where are you? And there's Matt. So glad you're here tonight, Matt. Also, my executive assistant team, Dawn Davis and Stephanie Martinez, and my interns from Ivy Max. Will you all stand up and be recognized? We have a great turnout from Ivy Max. Thank you. Tonight, with assistance from our video staff, Tom McDuff and his team, we work together collaboratively. We have created a special video to highlight the city's accomplishments in 2019. So please enjoy the memories, and I'll be back to talk about 2020 initiatives. Thank you.
Irvine. It doesn't take much to see the beauty of our city. From our parks and open space, to our thriving business district, and our wonderful neighborhoods, communities, and schools. It's clear that Irvine is one of the best cities in the nation to live, work, and play. As the sun sets on 2019, and we look ahead to another exciting year, we are reminded of the many reasons to celebrate our city and all of the accomplishments that have continued to shape and define Irvine as we know it today. That starts with recognition we have received from others over the past year. Forbes magazine ranked UC Irvine as the #1 school on their list of America's best value colleges. The city of Irvine was voted Best City to Live in for the 4th consecutive year by the Orange County Register readers. And Irvine ranked as the lowest rate of violent crime per capita of any city in the nation with a population of 250,000 or more. The accomplishments throughout the past year stretch far into Irvine's parks, open space, and beautiful landscapes. The City of Irvine's park system was ranked 6th in the nation by the Trust for Public Land Annual Park Score Index, effectively making Irvine the top-ranked city in California. And a large part of that recognition comes from the developments that took place at the Orange County Great Park. The Great Park has grown to become one of the nation's greatest metropolitan parks, with many amenities added in 2019 that have allowed our residents and visitors to enjoy the dynamic and natural outdoor world around them. On June 15th, the Great Park Trails, featuring 1.5 miles of walking and biking space and a kids' playground in the Upper B and Bosque area, opened to the public during a special high-five ceremony. A new playground built adjacent to the Great Park Balloon was a welcomed addition to the park's visitors and families. The Great Park Ice Facility opened to skaters of all ages and abilities. With 4 sheets of ice spread over a massive 270,000 square foot facility, it became the largest community ice rink in California. Also in 2019, the Irvine City Council gave concept approval for a new aquatic center, field house, and parking structure to the Great Park, a move that will make Irvine the home to Team USA water polo. Other parks in Irvine also continue to thrive, with new facilities opening throughout the community. In early 2019, Portola Springs Community Park and Los Olivos Community Park welcomed residents and visitors to play their favorite sports in the expansive outdoor courts and sports fields, or join a class at each community center. These 2 new park additions give the city a total of 20 community parks for residents to enjoy for years to come. New additions are also planned in the Irvine Business Complex. Located on the west side of Irvine near John Wayne Airport, the Irvine Business Complex is a dynamic mixed-use employment center where many of our residents work and many others travel to every day for their jobs. Over the last 10 years, new residential uses in the IBC have transformed the character of this portion of Irvine and created a need for new facilities for bicycling, walking, and recreation. The IBC Connects study was introduced in 2019 to determine the feasibility of introducing new corridors that would link residential, retail, and employment uses in the IBC by way of bicycle and walking trails, as well as recreation spaces. These amenities will provide connectivity, community, and enhanced quality of life. Throughout 2019, Irvine residents and visitors were also welcomed to many special events and celebrations. For the 18th consecutive year, the city held their annual Global Village Festival. But this time, it was bigger and better than ever. The 2-day festival was held on October 12th and 13th and featured the best of Irvine's food, art, music, and fun at the Orange County Great Park. An expanded kids' village featured crafts, interactive activities, and a petting zoo, which added to the expanded fun at the event. The community was also treated to a behind-the-scenes look at how Irvine's wildlands are managed. This family-friendly event began with a walk through the Quail Hill Trailhead with Mayor Shea and featured demonstrations from the OCFA, a meet and greet with members of the Irvine Police Department's mounted unit, and the city's Community Emergency Response Team. Irvine's grazing goats were also on hand to showcase how they are used to maintain our open space and prevent wildfires. Inside City Hall, many new developments were taking place as well. On March 26th, then Mayor Donald P. Wagner resigned from his position after winning election to the Orange County Board of Supervisors. Pursuant to the city's municipal code, Mayor Pro Tem Christina Shea subsequently assumed the role of mayor and was sworn into office on April 9th, beginning her 3rd term as mayor of Irvine after serving 5 terms as a councilwoman. Shortly after her election, Mayor Shea welcomed the community into her office through the introduction of the Mayor's Corner video series. Airing on ICTV 30, the city's website, and social media accounts, the Mayor's Corner was implemented in order to bring residents, businesses, and visitors information about issues and initiatives that impact our community. From timely topics like homelessness, community safety, and information on city events, the Mayor's Corner bridges the gap between City Hall and the Irvine community. Shortly after Mayor Shea took her position as mayor, the Irvine City Council began interviews to fill the empty seat at the dais. After hearing from 12 candidates, Michael CARROLL was appointed to serve and was officially sworn into office on May 28th. Combined, this council has worked on a number of initiatives throughout 2019 that aim to build and strengthen our community as a whole. One of the first was the decision to transition from an annual budget cycle to a 2-year budget in an effort to enhance long-term financial planning. After several community budget meetings were held to collect input, the City Council approved the 2-year budget and 5-year plan in June 2019. This major step promotes transparency, brings increased accountability to government spending, and allows for long-term strategic planning. In September 2019, the Irvine Police Department and the Community Development Department began hosting quality of life meetings throughout the community. These meetings address the quality of life issues that affect our neighborhoods and the various services and solutions to address them. With the combined efforts of our city staff and the Irvine community, we can continue to build toward a stronger, unified city. 1 month later, the Irvine City Council passed Ordinance 19-17 in an effort to create a clean air environment for the community and protect residents, employees, and visitors from the harmful effects of secondhand smoke. This ordinance expands the city's smoking restrictions to include all public places, such as sidewalks, streets, and alleys. Through everyone's cooperation, together we can breathe easier everywhere in Irvine. One of the City Council's top priorities has been finding a true resting place for our American heroes by building a veterans cemetery. On July 23rd, the Irvine City Council designated up to 100 acres of land for the development of a Southern California State Veterans Cemetery within the Orange County Great Park, also on the site of the former El Toro Marine Corps Air Station. Commonly known as the golf course site, this land presents the best opportunity for a veteran cemetery in Southern California. Irvine lost some of our own heroes in 2019 with the passing of 2 pillars of our community. On November 6th, Irvine's first city manager, William Willett Jr., passed away. Under his outstanding leadership, Irvine experienced many accomplishments which we take advantage of every day, like the creation of the Irvine Police Department, the agreement to preserve open space in Irvine, and the establishment of Irvine's nationally acclaimed park system. His legacy will live on for generations to come. Shortly after, Joan Irvine Smith passed away on December 20th. As a member of the family that founded the Irvine Ranch and the only child of James Irvine Jr. and Athalie Richardson Irvine Clark, she was an environmental activist and philanthropist. She served as director of the Irvine Company and was key in the establishment and advancement of UC Irvine. It is leaders like these that have cemented Irvine's past and helped pave the way as we look to 2020. This year, the mayor, the city council, and City of Irvine look forward to many more projects, initiatives, and goals that will continue to place Irvine among the best cities in the nation. We strive to make our city the perfect place for our community to live, to work, and to play for many years to come.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the video and our accomplishments for 2019. And now I would like to share my goals and objectives for 2020. Tonight, we highlighted many of our city's green initiatives with displays in the lobby showing projects we embarked on in the past few years. I would like to thank Emma Evans and Public Works staff for putting together this lovely display tonight. We spent a month or two working on it and planning it, and you just executed it so great. Emma's right over there, and our Public Works staff, really appreciate it. The city of Irvine is far ahead of most cities in the United States with our green initiatives. To further demonstrate our commitment to sustainability, our foliage that highlighted tonight's event is native to the local environment and will be replanted back into the city's landscape. As you saw tonight, we had an interactive goat experience in our piazza. I hope you all love those baby goats. Aren't they the cutest ever? I know the grandkids did. Provided by Sage Environmental Group and supported by the OCFA Hotshot Hand Crew and Irvine Ranch Conservancy. Our goats are an important component of non-toxic program, and we will expand our goat herds into more areas of our city this year to assist with weed and fire abatement. I hope you had an opportunity, as I said, to enjoy them. Our non-toxic pesticide policy, which I brought forward to our city council in February 2016, is maintaining all of our parks, our green belts, our open space, and our non-toxic pesticides and organic methods. This program is a great success, and over the course of 4 years, more than 160 cities across America have adopted our organic policies, which is really fantastic. Don't you think? This past week, our city staff and I were honored with the California Environmental Protection Agency Sustainability Award in Sacramento for our city's organic landscape policy. What a wonderful experience and a prestigious award for all of us here in the city of Irvine. We care about the health of our children, our families, our pets, and our wildlife. And I would like to acknowledge the city staff, Scott Smith and Dennis Quixote, who are sitting over here to my left, if you would stand up, who have been instrumental in this development of the program. We worked with the idea, and you've implemented it, and you've done a great job. I also want to acknowledge a few volunteers who brought this concept to me in 2016. Kathleen Halal, if you'll stand up. Nice to have you with us. She's in the picture, as you can see. And Ein Kreisen, if you'll stand up too. I know there you are right there. Nice to have you. And Laura Thompson. Is Laura here? Hi, Laura. So pleased that you're here today. To continue our sustainability efforts, our City Council just approved a review of community choice energy. This is an alternative to the rising cost of electricity and a way to give residents a choice of clean energy with the savings to their monthly energy bills. Additionally, Irvine has a robust green waste diversion recycling program and a zero waste initiative. These efforts collectively have diverted more than 12,000 tons of green waste and food from landfills since the inception of the program. The city has incorporated energy efficiency designs also into our municipal facilities as well. And we are presently developing a strategic energy plan that will examine cost-effective measures to reduce energy consumption community-wide. Each program is thoughtfully reviewed for financial costs before we move into implementation. Once again, the city of Irvine was honored for the lowest violent crime rate in the United States for a city of our size. Marking the 14th year in a row, this is truly a remarkable achievement for Irvine and our community. This is why we continue to invest in public safety as our top priority. We invest in emergency preparedness to ensure we are prepared for any major emergency that may come our way. We are fortunate to have an outstanding community emergency response team ready to help us. We invested in a new public safety drone program in 2018. The drone program is being utilized in the search for missing persons, for the evaluation of wildlife and fire events, and for the apprehension of individuals suspected of committing a crime. As we grow in size and diversity, we are adding additional police officers and public safety personnel to reflect our changing community. Our public safety motto is in partnership with the community. So I want to thank Police Chief Mike Hamill, his command staff, and each and every member of our Irvine Police Department for making Irvine the safest city in America. I would like to have all of our officers that are here in the room tonight, will you please stand and we'll give you another round of applause. You deserve it. Let's all stand up. I know many of you are up there. And Chief, thank you so much. We don't realize how important our public safety is until we have problems, right? But they keep us safe, and we just have the best community in the United States for sure. In 1993, I brought forward our first Safe Community Task Force. Mindful of recent tragic events across our country, I believed it was time to revisit that document and reconstitute its important community asset. As a result, on September 10th, 2019, the Irvine City Council voted to reestablish the Safe Community Task Force. The task force hosted our first community stakeholders meeting February 4th to discuss human trafficking, Irvine public safety statistics, and an update from our district attorney's office. We will continue over the next 8 months to examine incidents that have occurred in other communities and within our own city. Our goal is to create a comprehensive task force report similar to what we published in 1993 to ensure our city remains the safest city in America. So I would like to acknowledge tonight the 9 members of our Safe Community Task Force. And if you would look at the screen above, I would like to recognize these members. Mayor Pro Tem Mike Carroll, City of Irvine, co-chairs with myself. Ira Glaske, Irvine Unified School District. Vivian Atkinson, she's with the Greater Irvine Chamber of Commerce. Rabbi Senior, Beth Jacob Congregation of Irvine. Edgar Dormitorio, I think you're here tonight, University of California, Irvine. And Dr. Cambria Hittelman, Hoag Hospital. Pastor Molina from Mariners Church, and I believe you're here as well. Commander Smiley, City of Irvine Public Safety. I want to thank you for your participation, and let's give them all a round of applause. With the business environment strong across the country, Irvine continues to be the largest employment center in Orange County. Throughout 2020, I plan to continue to build upon the outstanding relationship the city has with the Greater Irvine Chamber. We will ensure to attract a highly educated and skilled workforce to keep Irvine as the economic center of innovation, technology, and creativity. Just this past year, the Chamber indicated that their direct group sales and marketing revenues for the city last year alone boasted $18 million. This is under the strong leadership of CEO Brian Starr. And Brian, tonight I would like to recognize you if you would please stand. You're running a great organization, and I just look forward to the coming year to work even more collaboratively with you. Irvine is the top city in America for fiscal strength, the 3rd year in a row, according to Truth in Accounting. Irvine boasted a taxpayer surplus of $4,100 per person, while other major cities are in the red, such as San Francisco, for instance, with $17,000 deficit per person, and Oakland has an $18,000 deficit per person, so we're far ahead. Irvine's operating revenues are strong at $207 million for fiscal year 2019-2020. And our city's general fund reserves are now at 25% of our annual budget. And our pension liability is being paid down annually, which is an important debt reduction plan, which I brought forward in 2013. Our Shop Irvine program helps to increase our sales tax. This past holiday season, with the help of additional advertising by the city and our business community, Irvine experienced a strong revenue stream moving into 2020. This has been aided by the Irvine Company's reinvestment into the Irvine Spectrum, introducing an elevated retail experience and a new store openings, as well as the newly, which I have not been, but I'm dying to go with my grandkids, the newly remodeled Regal Theater with a 4DX movie experience. I guess when you're in your seat, it rocks. There's like fog comes out. I don't know if that's gonna be too spooky or not, but I'm looking forward to that. And with us this evening, representing the Irvine Company, is Paul Hernandez, Senior VP, Corporate Affairs. Thank you, Paul, for the partnership and our ongoing relationship. Will you please stand and be recognized? And Jeff Davis as well. Jeff, will you stand up? Thank you so much. We couldn't do it without our development partners. We couldn't offer so many wonderful amenities and opportunities without the development partners we have here in the city, so thank you. My plan is to increase the Shop Irvine promotion throughout the entire year, not just at the holidays, and I'm proud of our fiscal achievements as Irvine continues to be the top city in America for fiscal strength. The city of Irvine is debt-free and fiscally strong. Isn't that great? I don't know how many cities can say that. Starting in 2020 and over the next 5 years, significant rehabilitation improvements have been proposed by our City Council. We have approved an additional $10 million in funding in our recent budget. We will see wonderful upgrades and improvements in the next several years. A few examples are our aquatic center will be upgraded, playgrounds at Las Lomas, Heritage, Deerfield, and other locations will be rehabilitated with new safety surfaces and improved playground equipment. You kids are going to love that, right? The Lakeview Rancho and Trabuco Senior Centers will be getting a facelift as well. And Ryan Lemon Stadium will see new stadium seating and new video scoreboards. Our Irvine Animal Care Center remodel, which I'm really looking forward to, is underway and will be providing a much nicer home for our adoptable pets. So that's going to be great. We are committed to keeping the City of Irvine facilities well maintained and with top-notch amenities. With all of Irvine's strengths, we do have challenges, one being traffic congestion. I'm happy to report that we continue to make progress toward real solutions. Under the newly formed Transportation Commission's leadership, development plans are being elevated to ensure that traffic impacts are properly mitigated. Presently, our staff is creating new project improvements throughout the city to elongate left turn lanes and to assist with better traffic flow. Signal timing and equipment upgrades are underway at 12 of our busiest corridors, and $9 million of the Measure M2 grant funds will be used to assist in alleviating traffic congestion. We're undertaking an expanded walking and biking system in the Irvine Business Complex. The city is building more bridges, as I've envisioned in the past, to move traffic along our corridors and give pedestrians safer routes over busy intersections. And we're implementing new technologies like pedestrian hybrid beacons and flashing yellow left turn arrows to help make our streets safer and to flow better. In accordance with our master plan, the city is committed to partnering with employers and the community stakeholders to improve our transportation networks for those who live, who work, and do business in this beautiful city. Our park system is nationally recognized for outstanding amenities provided, whether it's for sports, for arts, culture, or entertainment. With the largest parkland development project underway, the Orange County Great Park, we continue to add exciting amenities. We will see the development of Wild Rivers West Water Park get underway and hopefully open in 2021. It's been years since it's been closed, so we're all so excited for that to come forward. The development of an upgraded trail system, a joint training facility for our police and fire, botanical gardens, a fire museum, and a permanent amphitheater will be our top priority projects for the Great Park in the years ahead. And you're all going to like this, Kennedy and Matt and your friends. During the holidays, we're enhancing family entertainment at the Great Park with an ice rink, a tree lighting ceremony, interactive holiday activities, a food court, and of course, who do you think? Santa and Mrs. Claus. I also look forward to dedicating our Veterans Cemetery in the Great Park at the golf course site, as we have full funding to create a final resting place for our veterans. And to support this effort in the coming months, it will be my goal to create a Mayor's Veterans Advisory Council inclusive of all military branches. I would like to thank Emil Haddad and his team at 5 Point for their ongoing partnership. Emil, will you please stand with your team, and we would like to recognize you this night. Emil? And Lynn, nice to have you with us. We couldn't build the Great Park without your partnership. Thank you so very much. The City Council continues to provide financial support to Irvine schools to ensure skilled teachers and a dynamic learning environment is available for our students. We invest directly and indirectly up to $11 million annually to support our students throughout Irvine and portions of Tustin. I'm pleased we have such a strong relationship with Irvine Unified School District, Tustin Unified School District, and Irvine Public Schools Foundation. I would also like to congratulate tonight Northwood and University High Schools for being recognized by Newsweek and STEM.org as top 500 STEM high schools in the United States. It's a remarkable accomplishment for your outstanding work, and we're privileged to be the home to higher education as well. If you would look at the overhead slide, you will see all of the outstanding colleges and universities we partner with here in the city of Irvine. And just this month, UCI is breaking ground on a landmark medical complex adjacent to UCI Research Park. The new center will redefine medical research, doctor training, and patient care by shifting the focus from treating diseases to avoiding them in the first place. Thank you to all of our learning institutions for providing Irvine with a diverse and exciting range of talented people who contribute to creative, innovative, inspiring educational environment, a benefit for Irvine businesses, residents, and the local economy. Education will remain one of my top priorities for our City Council. And tonight, included in tonight's program, which you'll receive when you leave, you'll see an opinion editorial which I wrote in 2013 on the women's suffrage movement. Each year, Women's History Month is celebrated in March, providing us an opportunity to acknowledge how women have contributed to the advancement of women's rights, equality, and so many wonderful accomplishments in history. 2020 marks the 100th anniversary of women's suffrage in America, and I will be recognizing the centennial at our March 10th City Council meeting. It is my hope that we all embrace the decades of personal development we inherited from so many exemplary women. Women who paved the way for our freedoms, allowing today's women to succeed and progress without the impediments which they had to face. Before I end with you tonight, I want to remind everyone as we look into the future to 2021, Irvine will turn 50. I wish I was just turning 50. Passed that some time ago. A huge milestone for the city. The City Council and city staff will be creating our festivities as grand as you would expect for our exceptional city. And as I close this evening and we move into 2020, we will continue to remain one of the safest cities in America, one of the top cities for fiscal strength, one of the best cities for education and innovation, one of the best park systems in America, one of the best places to live and to raise a family, one of the best cities for women and children, and one of the greenest cities in America, keeping our families, our children, and our pets healthy. We are a city who honors growing cultural diversity with an emphasis on our families, our seniors, our veterans, and our faith-based organizations. I will continue to promote peace and harmony so that our city will continue to be one of the most inclusive cities in the United States. These are and will be my top goals for 2020. And I want to thank all of you for attending tonight. And as I must, according to the city clerk, this meeting is now adjourned. Thank you so much.